Hi, my love. Welcome to your Layers of You reading. This is going to be a lengthy reading. It's usually about 45 minutes or so. So I do recommend that you take notes. So if you do have a pen and paper handy, also if you look in the email that I sent you, I send a workbook. I do recommend printing it out, and then you can use, there's spaces provided to use for notes. So you can take notes. So I do recommend that. But it is a lengthy reading, so get comfortable and you know, open your mind to the reading. Layers of You, we're going to be tapping on 5 parts of yourself. So we're going to be tapping on I'm trying to decide what decks I want to use. We're going to be tapping on your energy, your love life, your career, your spiritual path, as well as your future forecast. So let me go ahead and get my decks. Maybe I'll do that so you can see the title. Okay. All right, so let's get into it. We're gonna first cleanse the space. Let me find my lighter. So let's cleanse the space. I also invite you to close your eyes and just kind of tune in. Cleanse your energy. Take a couple deep breaths in. Perfect. Ooh, that stuff smells so good. All right. So like I said, we're going to be tapping on the 5 different areas of your life. There was no specific questions that you asked, so I'm going to go ahead and keep everything generalized and just see what comes through. The other thing I want to say is I am expecting a delivery today, so if they show up during the time of this reading, I will have to turn off the video and then restart. So if you notice a little break in the middle of it, that's why. Okay. All right. So let's start with your energy. Your energy right now. Your energy right now. Oops. So I'm seeing a lot of needing to embrace your inner power. A lot of feminine energy. Oh, right, this one. A lot of feminine energy coming forward, embracing you, your femininity, embracing your higher self, because we have the Empress card coming up as well. This could also be honoring the mother. So obviously Mother's Day is coming up on Sunday. So there could be some preparations for that. Or maybe, you know, you're going to be, you know, doing something for that day, or expecting a celebration of some sort, or being a part of it. Or it's honoring you as a mother. I don't know if you have children or not, but, you know, there could be that aspect, or also honoring your mother, okay, with the Empress card. So there is a lot of feminine energy here. We have a Queen of Wands. You have a Queen of Pentacles coming up for you. Queen of Wands is fire. Pentacles is earth. So working a lot with the fire energy, the earth energy, or the elements. A Queen of Wands, she sticks out. She is a creator. She manifests. She's very passionate in the things that she does and works with. The Queen of Pentacles is a creator, is a nurturer of her creations, and she's all about the business and all about the money and the financial and the earth, the elements of the home life and the material things in life. Okay, so there's passions with that right now. With your energy coming up is passions of money, you know, your business, money, work, as well as like the material things in your life, and being very passionate and creative with those aspects. That blended with an Empress energy. Empress, she is a creator. She's fertile. She's, she grows. I'm seeing growth and expansion with you in these areas. So expansion in the home life and in your environment, expansion in the money and the finances as well. So we'll kind of see how that kind of plays into, your money road, the money path. I also pulled the Strength card, okay? And so this shows us a very a very powerful and strong, oh my God, I can't speak. A very strong place right now in your life. You're going through some changes, or you're going through some expansion, I feel. This is also honoring your truth and honoring yourself, celebrating yourself as well. So you're in an essence of power right now, a very strong position of that in your life. We have harmony and waves of prosperity coming up, which is so positive. Harmony, to me, we have that gorgeous sand castle in the back. And I just kind of see this as like harmony in the home, okay? Harmony in your community, or like your family circle. There's a lot of greatness there. There's a lot of like just togetherness, and a lot of power coming from your home space, your fourth house in your sign, which is like your home life. Okay, that's how I'm sensing it. Waves of prosperity, new abundance, and exciting opportunities wash over you. So there is going to be some abundant overflow. Okay, some new things coming your way. Abundance is not just money, okay, but it could be. So maybe you will be receiving an excess of money flow in the near future. So we'll see that also. We'll look into that with the money portion. But this is also an abundance in other areas. So it could be an abundance in positivity, in new friends, or some new exciting things happening in your life, opportunities, an abundance of ideas or inspiration. So lots of material abundance, I feel, because of the earth. And then we also have the fire. Okay. Your oracle cards coming up for you. The first ones I picked, we have the jellyfish, which is transparency. Okay. Transparency is when you are 100% open and you're very vulnerable. It's a very vulnerable place to be when you're transparent with people. There's no fakeness to you. There's you're very real. Okay. And then we see the sea snake coming up for you as well, letting go. So there's an area of release. Snakes, I always see snakes as shedding layers of skin. And so to me, I feel like there's parts of you that you need to let go of. This is old layers of yourself that just don't resonate with you anymore. Letting go of old versions of yourself, memories from the past, certain people. There's a lot of shedding happening with you in your current energy, or a need for that. Okay, so the sea snake coming up is kind of giving me that feeling as well. And then I see the turtle energy for you, instincts. And so you know what is right for you. You have that sixth sense that sixth sense, which is like your intuition, your gut feelings, your gut instincts. So you probably have a lot of that where your gut is guiding you to making certain decisions that are right for you in this moment. So really tapping into that and trusting those gut instincts, because that paired with an Empress energy tells me that you're very naturally intuitive and very much in tune with your body. So I feel like your body, you get physical hints about, you know, the way that you feel intuitively. Like your body will let you know what you need at that moment. So pay attention to the cues of your body, I feel. I also just feel like you're in a place of strength right now. So maybe like in the recent past, you were feeling a little bit weak or disconnected with yourself, but I'm sensing right now that you're in a place of power and strength. And I love that with the strength card coming up, because it just shows that you have either a really strong support system with you, or you are your own support system. And so you've been able to hold down and hold you've been able to hold it together. You've been able to be in somewhat control of everything. So beautiful, beautiful energy, beautiful way to start off your reading. Okay, so that is your energy right now. Let's go ahead and have a look. We're gonna have a look at your love life. So the energy of your love life. Now, let me make sure these are all. Oh, these are this way. Okay. We're going to look at the love life, and your love life is, I don't know if you're single or in a relationship, but I will read it, I will interpret it both ways. But we're going to look at the energy of your love life right now. What is it? How does it look for you? What maybe some stuff that can come up. Let's just see what goes. Ooh, the octopus just fell out. Okay. So I'm hearing self-doubt. I'm hearing self-doubt for you in terms of love. Like, I don't know if you are not sure about where it's headed, the direction that it's headed. And this could be also personal self-doubts. I feel like I need to pull 3 cards. Okay. So whether you're in a relationship or not, I feel like I said, I feel like there's some self-doubts, there's a little bit of insecurities. I feel like either if you're in a relationship, you guys have recently gone through a little bit of a rough patch. So there could be maybe some doubt or second guessing about the integrity of the way the relationship is going. If you're single, I feel like this is self-doubt in your ability to obtain love. Okay. We have the octopus coming up. The octopus is showing us the message of be aware. So octopuses are they're very aware creatures. They are very smart creatures and they very much pay attention to everything around them. And they have a really good sense of, like being a chameleon, like they change their colors to go, to fit in with their surroundings. So they're very sneaky. Okay. So that's kind of like the sense I was feeling. So if you're in a relationship, this is asking you to be very aware of the tunes, your energy with your lover. Okay. Also, if you're noticing or feeling someone is being a little bit being a little bit tricky or a little bit sneaky, maybe your senses are heightened right now and you're just really paying attention to those little details. The coral is coming up with the message of strength. So again, another message of strength for you. So it's asking you to hang in there, like hold strong, I'm hearing. And then also the weight card too. When I saw the weight, to me, it's kind of, I felt if you're in a relationship and you're not quite sure about the direction that it is headed, I feel like the weight card is telling you don't be quick to making big decisions just yet. Like if you're contemplating leaving the relationship, or not, not wanting to continue a connection with someone, if you're single, maybe you're speaking to someone right now, I feel like that card is kind of saying hold off just yet. Like don't jump to conclusions too soon. And maybe that's why the card of be aware is coming up for you too, is just kind of telling you to be more aware of what you're feeling. Okay. Lastly, we have the turtles again with instincts. So again, you trust your gut instincts. And I feel like that is a big lesson for you when it comes to love. Maybe not something right now. This could be something that will resonate later on. Sometimes that happens. So that's why I tell you to write notes, because stuff may come up in the reading that doesn't resonate right now, but chances are it will later. So the turtle energy with the instinct message is definitely saying, like, you got to learn to trust your instincts. You got to learn to trust your sixth sense, your gut instincts. If something doesn't feel right, or if you're noticing red flags, really pay attention to it. Write it down if you so you don't forget. Keep it on the back of your mind, but don't let it dictate completely your life, But also be smart and be aware of it, is what the cards are kind of showing. Your tarot cards, we have the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Pentacles. So to me, the 10 of Wands is definitely indicating like that uphill battle right now that you're in a relationship wise or love wise with energy. Like you've definitely had to work your way up. I also am sensing you recently had to work your way out of something difficult. So there could have been a lot of release that has been happening lately, or maybe even currently you're still letting go of stuff from your past and you're still finding some comfort in getting yourself ready for the next phase of your love life, whether you're in a relationship and making it the next move to get serious, or if you're single and you're still trying to kind of maneuver yourself to prepare yourself for a relationship. So I do feel like the 10 of Wands shows that you've been there. You've gone through some stuff, okay? You've definitely gone through your fair share of difficulties and some challenges and whatnot. But it's also perseverance too. It shows your strength, and it shows that you are not willing to give up, that you will work hard for things. The 9 of Pentacles popping up, it can definitely show an abundance in love coming soon in the future. We also have the Star, which is my card of healing. So there's, like I said, that's where I was getting that feeling of healing from recent past. And then you also have the Lovers card popping up. So I do feel like there's healing from either a current relationship you're in. Maybe you, like I said, you guys recently came through a sticky situation, or you're kind of noticing maybe something is not feeling quite right. But there's healing happening here. So there's either the potential of it getting better, or there's that hope that things will get better. Because you also could see the Star card as indicating a hope that things will progress in a more positive way. I also feel like if you're single, that this is showing hope that you will get out of this more murky, darker phase that you're in right now, and there's lightness to come. So I kind of see that too, because the colors of the cards are really brightening up more so towards the future versus right now in the present. Okay, so we have wait. Like I said, now is not the right time to make major decisions or impulsive decisions. You kind of want to give yourself some time to figure things out. It's not, don't rush yourself to make a decision or whatnot. Like, give it some time, okay? Helpful person, someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. Do you have friends that are willing to give you their advice? Do you have people around you that are a good support system that you can turn to for extra advice and insight regarding some stuff that you're dealing with? A helpful person can simply be yourself too, or your spirit guides. I'm a firm believer of that our spirit guides, if we ask them to come in and help us, they will, okay? Your spirit guides, your angels, your spiritual team, God, however you want to associate them, they're there for you, but you have to ask them. You have to ask them. It's like you're giving them permission to intervene in a situation, or to even just give you insights, okay? So So I will say, like, I'm one of those people where I don't like to throw out my dirty laundry with my relationship to everybody. I'll have one friend that I really trust, and then maybe like, you know, to me, I'm a firm believer of communication with the lover. So if you are in a relationship and maybe you're in a rough patch, I will say that a helpful person don't resort to asking everybody for advice. You don't want to throw your dirty laundry out for everyone. But maybe there's like that one special person that you know you can trust no matter what. Or this could simply be resorting to your spiritual team to help you, okay? The other oracle cards I pulled, so we have love. I love it. We have community. So we were just talking about your spiritual team, a community of spiritual support as well as your friends. And we have traveler. So is this long distance love? Is this lover someone who's close by? Is this lover someone that you will meet online? Is this lover somebody that has not yet come to fruition? You got a double lover card in your reading. So if you're single, this can actually happen a lot sooner than you think, especially if you start to open up the opportunity to receive love, okay? I will say I see the abundance happening here with the 9. So I do feel by September, if you are really serious about opening your heart to love, that romance can actually slip in, okay? It's 6. These are number 6 cards. Lovers is a 6 card. So 6 is June. That's next month. So it could be even as early as next month if you're super serious about this. But you have to do the work, you know. You can't just open your heart to love and expect them to fall out of the sky. Like, it doesn't work like that. But I do feel like if you do open your heart to love, and if you, like I said, if you are single, I'm trying to read it both ways for it because I don't know which one you are. But if you are single and you're ready for it, I do see it happening towards the end of the year by like September. If you are in a relationship, then this could be maybe taking it to another level, just figuring out, waiting a little bit. Maybe there's some rough patches, like I said, to deal with. So hopefully this resonates, my love. I do my best to kind of cover all bases when it comes to love, because I know that not everybody's situation is the same. But like I said, what resonates now, you know, write it down. If it doesn't resonate, still write it down, because chances are I could be reading for the energy of what's to come, and you just never know. You never know. I have clients that come back a year later, not kidding, a year later, and they'll email me and tell me that they rewatched their reading after like a year, and so many things that I mentioned actually happened. So if it doesn't resonate, leave it off to the side, write it down, and come back to it later, okay? Okay, so now let's talk about the finances. I'm really excited for this one because I feel like this is where most of your energy is right now, is in the financial, jobs, like that kind of realm. So let's see. So the finances. Ooh. Okay, let me just get my cards. Oh, wow. Okay. So I will say this, I definitely see something is changing. Like there could be an ending of one path, okay? There could be a crossroads, a decision that you'll have to make. I also see that maybe there's a little bit of fear with the finances. Like, you know, you're thinking of leaving for something else, but you're not quite sure how you want to do this. So I do kind of feel that there's like some kind of hesitation there, but I definitely feel like taking action is a must. So Whoop. All right, so we have the shark spirit coming up first. And the sharks is action, okay? Action. We also have albatross or the seagull, and it is endurance, okay? This is a lot of physical action, movement, making a choice, doing something. Movement has to happen when it comes to your money and career, okay? I'm also seeing the sea snake again, which is letting go. So this is what's indicating to me that I feel there's a desire there of you wanting to maybe do something different for work, okay? Or letting go of some debts and letting go of some, like, you know, some financial hardships, right? And maybe in order to get rid of some debts and to shed those things, you know, or you realize there needs to be a little bit of a change in your career, a little bit of a shift there, okay? Your tarot cards are coming out as the Six of Wands, which is successes and moving forward, okay? So I do feel like Six of Wands is indicating there will be success on the horizon, maybe even as soon as June, okay? So moving forward with your work. This could also be going back to work. So if you're one of those people that had to work from home or to temporarily, you know, be laid off, or you know, you're waiting, like you're on hold to go back to work, June could be the month where you will start to progress that, okay? You will start to see work coming back into its phase for you. The Temperance card is definitely what I was feeling, like there needs to be some more balance when it comes to your finances. So now that we're nearing maybe like the world, quote unquote, going back to normal, and people will be going back to work and whatnot, it's going to be very important that you still balance out your finances. You want to prepare for the worst, not saying that you're saying it's going to happen, but prepare for the worst and always have a pillow to fall on just in case, okay? That will give you a peace of mind, and you'll feel like you have your bases covered, I feel. The other thing I'm seeing with Temperance is a decision. Usually I see Temperance as kind of like you're half in, half out. You're not really sure. You're 50-50. You're not really sure if you want to move forward with this idea or not. So I do kind of see that there could be a little bit of hesitation if it has to do with, you know, applying for new jobs or looking for something else in as far as work goes. But we also have the World, and the World to me is endings. The World is conclusions, okay? You're getting ready for a new cycle to start, but whenever we start a new cycle, we have to say goodbye to something. So I feel like this is definitely the end of a phase as far as work goes for you, that you will be kind of stepping into a new phase of work, whether it's a new position, a promotion within where you already work, or something new altogether, okay? And then we have the Seven of Wands. So what usually happens after you know, invite that ending to take place, what usually happens is the Seven of Wands usually shows hardships, some obstacles, right? Nothing is ever 100% easy. It's very rare when it is. There's usually that one or two bump in the road, okay? It's normal. It's part of life. But I feel like for you that the Seven of Wands is definitely indicating when things feel good, there's always that one little bump in the road. And that's why I'm saying, like, to prepare, to balance, to have a pillow to land on just in case. It's going to make that transition feel even better. But absolutely, as far as the career goes, I feel like there needs to be some movement and progression, or the movement and progression that I'm seeing could also indicate going back to work, at least by June, okay? The other thing we have, beauty and freedom. I love it. Freedom is definitely that movement, you know, going back into, you know, a sense of financial freedom. So I do feel like it's like you will see some release there. We saw earlier in your energy an abundance flow of money perhaps coming into your future, okay? So that may be that freedom. That may be you being able to pay off another debt and feel some financial freedom there, okay? So that's a really good one to see. The beauty, I feel, is like, you know, seeing especially when you're starting to feel a little bit negative about work, It's really important that you pay attention to the small details I'm hearing. I feel like Spirit is like you focus too much on the bigger aspect, and you don't see some of the positive little bright things that happen on a day-to-day basis. So pay attention. I feel like beauty is just simply saying focusing on the smaller details. That's what's going to make the difference of your day, or that's what's going to help you see the bigger picture. Okay. We also have synchronicity coming up. Synchronicity says your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. Are you feeling synchronistic things happening to you in terms of money? Like finding money on the floor, and then you later realize, oh my God, that $5 I found on the floor was able to pay for tonight's dinner. Like little shit like that. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Synchronicity is also with people that you come into contact with. This whole quarantine, you know, maybe you've made some new friends and you've started to network with some people that you never would have met before, right? And now that you know these people, maybe they're opening up new opportunities and there's new potential for job growth there, okay? Or maybe this quarantine, as shitty as it was for most part, you know, maybe it showed you the opportunity of your potential, like what you could do creative wise to make money. So maybe there's like a change happening with what you want to do for work. And so the synchronicity of that is like, had it not happened, you know, would it have even happened, right? Also numbers, numbers, because Make-A-Wish also came up. So I don't know, maybe you're sensing or seeing 111 or 444. Those are the two numbers that are coming up for me, for you. But I see Make-A-Wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. So simple things like if you see 111 on the billboards or like the license plates of the cars in front of you or on the clock or whatever, you know, simply make a wish. Like get into that simple childlike energy of making wishes when you see shooting stars, you know what I mean? Start bringing that fun, gentle element into your life, because that's when you're going to start to see some major stuff happen. Making wishes coming true is a big thing for you. I feel like maybe you've even already experienced a miracle in your life. I don't know, that's sticking out to me too. So there could be that aspect that not all hope is lost. I also hear Spirit saying for you. So financial wise, you're going to be taken care of. You're going to be okay financial wise. It's just, I feel like you need to really release some fears, like that letting go the snake. Release some fears or toxicities. Be open to change. And if you truly are desiring a big career change altogether, I feel like that will happen without, you know, I mean, there will be obviously obstacles, right? But when you are doing something that you truly want, that you desire, that makes you happy, those little obstacles won't make too much of a difference. Okay. So I see abundance, flow, and money coming for you. I do see change in the career. But there has to be action. You have to be with it, taking action, taking steps. Because if you're stagnant, you're not going to see that shift. You won't see it. There has to be movement happening. Okay. Beautiful reading. Very, very beautiful. I keep doing that, like putting them upside down. Okay. All right, let's look at the energy of your spiritual path. So this is layer number 4. So the energy of your spiritual path. Ooh. Okay, so their spiritual path, definitely, this is where I'm seeing some pushback. there's either some hesitation, some fears with your spirituality. This is where you get hung up, okay? Yep. Okay. First thing first, spiritual wise, your family upbringing had a huge role with your spirituality, okay? And I don't feel like it was for the positive. I feel it was actually a negative experience, okay? Whether there was a lack of or there was too much of it, okay? But I feel like there was definitely a negative experience with the family and your spirituality. What you believe, your belief systems and all of that. Whether you were raised very in a strict conservative family type of a life, or you were in the kind of raised in a family where there was absolutely no direction spiritual wise. They weren't connected. They don't associate to God or anything like that. And so you just kind of were like wild and free growing up. And so you discovering your spiritual path is a little bit challenging because you don't have anything to base it off of. So one or the other, I feel like it's kind of like it was one extreme or the other. I definitely see your spiritual path needing change because we have action with the shark energy again coming up for you. So taking action with your spirituality, that is a part of your life that I feel like at times you devote a lot of time to it, and then at times it's completely stagnant, okay? The dolphin energy is coming up for it, saying be joyful. I also see dolphin energy as very playful energy. It's fun, it's childlike, it's very free spirit. And I feel like you need a spiritual path that is going to allow you to feel flexible, that is going to feel happy and, like I said, joyful here, or playful to you. You don't do well with very rigid belief systems or rigid ways of belief. You do much more better with freedom and your ability to be independent within your spiritual beliefs. I feel like though there's a lot of hesitancy with that. We have the 5 of Swords coming up. We have the 7 of Swords. There was a lot of lies, I feel, growing up for you. Like I said, if your parents, the way they raised you and your belief systems and whatnot, I feel like now that you're growing up and you're able to think for yourself, maybe you realize that there was a lot of lies that you were kind of brainwashed with, I kind of feel. There could have been a lot of regrets as well. I feel like also there was just a lot of disconnect with your spirituality, and now that you are able to kind of think for yourself and to figure it out on your own, you're not quite sure what you want to do. So I kind of see that too. I also feel like there's maybe a circle of friends that you have that maybe you feel like you're not resonating anymore with them. That's intuitively, I sense that too. I also feel like the Strength card coming up. So we have the Strength card and we have the Hangman. The Hangman is the stagnancy. This is feeling caged in. This is feeling like you're trapped. This is feeling like you have the inability to think for yourself. These are fears that set in, especially with the spiritual. So there's a very uncomfortable energy with you with spirituality. There's something that you just don't feel, it doesn't feel natural to you. And then there's also the Strength of the Whale. And you see the mermaid in this card is actually setting the whale free from the net. Okay. And this poor hangman, we have this poor merman who's actually caught up in the net. So I feel like there's kind of like that sense of like, your spirituality can set you free, but at the same time, the energy of it is what traps you. So that's where I kind of feel like there's a toxicity to it, and it doesn't have to be that way, but it somehow was ingrained. I don't even know if that's a word. It was somehow like put into you by your family growing up. I don't know. I'm just sensing it. I feel like I can resonate with this so much with myself. So that's kind of where I'm getting that from. Okay. So then the oracle cards that I pulled for you, we have positive energy. Surround yourself with positive people and situations and avoid negativity. Basically, I'm reading this card for you as you need to surround yourself with spiritual people who are on the same wavelength as you, okay? If you continue to, like I said, I feel like there's like a group of friends that you used to be really close with, but their spirituality or their paths are very, very different from yours. I feel like it's like you need to surround yourself with people who are resonating with the same kind of or similar kind of spiritual beliefs and patterns that you are, or that you feel you want to embrace more of. Because the more that you try to resonate and get along with and mingle with people who are just on a completely different wavelength with their spirits, with their beliefs, it's only going to cause you to feel this way. Like you're going to just kind of feel caught up in the net. Okay. So that's very, very important for you spiritually wise. This is what I'm seeing. Let yourself receive, allow others to give you loving care, receive without guilt or apologies. You need to like literally open up a little bit more. I feel you need to allow people to help you, to shed light on you, to pray for you, right? Let them pray for you, or let them do some Reiki healing on you. I don't know if you've ever had friends, you know, want to do things for you, but maybe you're so hard-headed, like you're stubborn, you don't want that, or you feel like you can't take something free because you feel like nothing is free. I don't know. That's just, those are senses I'm getting. But letting yourself receive, I feel, is like when you start to surround yourself with people who are on a similar spiritual wavelength as you, you're going to find that the things that they're going to want to do for you to help you, it's going to be a beautiful discovery to have that support system, that community. Okay. And then we have the yes card for you. Your intuition is correct. Take action accordingly. So let that be an answer for you. If there is something that pops up spiritually wise for that topic, are you desiring a new path? Do you want to, you know, dabble with something different? This card, let it resonate with you. It's telling you yes. So I'm just going to leave it as is. You can discover how that resonates for you on your own time. But definitely the card is leading to yes. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Last but not least, we are going to look at the future forecast. So the future forecast is, I'm going to look into it within a year. So up to a year's time. I don't like to look beyond that. Now, these are somewhat prediction readings, but please keep in mind that nothing is set in stone. Based on your present actions, you have the ability to change, okay? So anything that I read, it's just the energy of it right now, but obviously it tomorrow can bring forth new things based off of what you do with yourself and in your life and your energy. So nothing is set in stone. Write everything down, use it as a guide. But basically when I do future forecast, it is meant to be a guide for you. It is meant to help you make better decisions. It is meant to help you see things clearly, and all of the above, okay? So take what you can from it and leave the rest. That's very, very important for these kinds of readings. All right. Nothing is set in stone. I love this mermaid vibe. I feel like these cards are so gentle, yet they give so much truth. So I'm hoping you're enjoying the mermaid cards. There's just something calming about the ocean and water energy. I love it. Oh, I think that's my delivery map. I bet you. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to be reading for in terms of the future. So, the top row is usually up to 3 months. The next one is like from 3 to 6 months, and then 6 to 9 months, or it's usually like every, few months, but up to a year. Okay. Okay. So within the next 3 months, we have the blue groper, and maybe it's not my delivery man. I don't see him parked outside. Okay, so maybe we'll be okay. The blue groper, gender roles. We have beauty, and you also have set your sights higher, increase your standards, and expect more for yourself. Do not settle. Okay, I love this. Setting your sights higher for yourself. Okay. Gender roles, I see this card as indicating that you are worthy of being the masculine and the feminine. In your reading, in your energy, there was a lot of divine feminine energy coming forward, but maybe that shows because maybe you need more of that at this moment, because maybe you're naturally very resonant with your divine masculine within yourself. Okay, so everybody has both. And so the divine masculine is usually like your bravery, or your like your physical, okay? And then the divine feminine is more of the emotional. It's more of like your intuitiveness and stuff. And so I feel like the gender role coming up, that card coming up for you, is kind of you being able to learn to associate both energies within yourself and working with both of them, because either you work with one over the other or not enough. Okay. And then also the beauty card again is coming up for you. So that message that I gave you before of beauty, saying like focusing on the minor details, focusing on the beauty in life, don't just worry about the main stuff. Like you got to focus on the little things as well, and living more in the present and less in the future. The tarot cards you guys have here the tarot cards that you have is the Hermit. So this is a lot of inner focus that is going to take place within the next 3 months. I'm really drawn to the lantern that he's holding. So I feel like the lantern is kind of symbolizing you needing to shed light on one focal point in this near future. Okay, so in the next 3 months, instead of focusing on the whole vastness of your future, I really want you to focus on one area, one thing that you need to work harder towards. I feel like intuitively, I feel like it is the spiritual path. I feel like when your spirituality is under more control, these other areas of your life, the love life, the money, yourself, your health, those things will start to fall into place. But I feel like when there's a disconnect with your spirituality, that's where we kind of see an issue. I also see the Magician for you. So there's going to be some new things, some new sparks coming to life. Within the 3 months, inspiration will hit. And then we have the Knight of Wands, which is gorgeous because Knight of Wands takes action. The Knight of Wands takes and puts into action the things that you are inspired with. So if you're ready to do that, by the end of the 3 month time frame, I feel you'll have a little bit more of an idea. It's going to start with a small little lantern light, and it's going to start, and then it's going to grow into a spark of a flame, and then it's going to be a full out like burst of energy. And you see that? So beautiful things for the first 3 months. Going into 6 months, we have rough seas. So this is the unexpected. So the rough seas, it's not always a negative. It just shows that there could be some things popping up that you're not expecting, okay? Stuff that's out of the norm, meeting people by chance, weird encounters. It could also be the Tower moment in the tarot. The Tower card is like when things happen, when shit hits the fan. It's stuff you don't have control over, but you have to go through it anyway. You may experience some of this stuff in 6 months' time. We have the communication card and the synchronicity card. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase the flow. So again, with the communication, to me, this is telling me that you will be in communication with your spirit guides, your spirit team, like I told you before, if you're strengthening that spiritual part of yourself, right? So this is being in communication with the spirit realm. This is also being in communication with people around you, networking, okay? So depending on the direction that your life is going, in 6 months' time, there could be learning and talking to new people. Maybe like I said, if you are evolving your spirituality, you're going to have a new community of friends to mingle with, and that may be also the communication. We have the 5 of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, and the High Priestess. So like I said, the High Priestess definitely is showing if you are really serious about your spiritual journey, you can actually be in a whole new phase within 6 months' time. I feel like communing with your spirit guides, really embracing your intuitive abilities. Like I said, I feel like you're a natural intuitive. You feel it in your body. And then also the Six of Cups to me is, Six of Cups can be spirit. I see Six of Cups as spirit communication, but I also see Six of Cups as people from the past coming into your life or coming back. So this could be reconnecting with old friends and family, or this could also be a community of new people. This is an energy exchange with new people. So meeting new friends and having a whole new network to deal with, okay? The Five of Pentacles is sometimes a card of regret, but I also see this image as there's going to be help on the way. So when you are at your lowest of lows and when you feel like you can't disconnect this, or that you can't connect, this can actually resemble your spirit guide coming in to assist you. So that is a huge part of your spirituality that needs to be strengthened so that you can allow that to happen. 9 to 12 months, so a year's time, we have seashells, guidance. I love it. Guidance. Transformation with the Selkies. And have faith. Your prayers are manifesting, remain positive, and follow your guidance. This is seriously a whole new experience spiritual wise, okay? This is you transforming and coming into your own power. So that's why I feel, yeah, it's nice to like think about a new job or a new relationship and all of that. But I feel like what you really need to focus on is your spiritual connection. I really, really do. The Seven of Cups is coming up. This is new opportunities, new ideas, okay? New things that you want to discover. This is we have the world, sorry. The world is like, you know, everything coming back into focus, everything making sense, seeing the whole cycle, you know, evolve, completion of something, okay? It could also symbolize the end of the year, so December, right? December 31st. And maybe you will wake up January 1st, 2021, feeling like a whole new person, okay? And then we have the Page of Swords, which is new ideas, inspiration, that willingness to discover something new, a new ability or something new about yourself and moving forward. You will start as a baby, right? A mer baby here. She's just freshly discovering something new about herself, but it's a new journey. You have the world and then you have a page, right? So the world is the endings, the page is that baby, that energy of newness. So I do see that coming to life towards the end of the year. You're going to start 2021 in something new, whether this is a new job, this is a new relationship, this is a new spiritual being, like you yourself. But definitely the end of the year, there will be major completion and some new discovery, something different. There will definitely be something different about you. Who you are today in this moment will not be who you are next year. Guaranteed. If you do the work, right? If you do the work. So this is just to show you kind of like an idea of what's to come. Like I said, nothing is set in stone. It's meant to be to guide you, okay? So my love, this concludes your Layers of You reading. I hope that you received what you needed to hear. I hope you took good notes. I wish you the best with your journey and your future. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback, please send me an email. And until then, my love, have a wonderful rest of your year. Good luck to you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, love.